Thanks very much, Ms. Clarke. I'm delighted to see you here. Thank you so much for your work. Hate crimes have now spiked to the point where they are, as you describe, a top national threat priority. This is probably an easy answer for you, but just so it's clear on the record, why is it important that a crime be charged as a hate crime rather than just a crime?
Thank you, Senator Whitehouse. Hate crimes not only target particular individuals, but they send a message to entire communities that they are not wanted. So it's important that we stand up to hate crimes because of the reverberating effects that they have across communities.
And I noticed in your testimony that in most of the cases you referred to, the individual who committed the violent crime was the individual who was charged with a hate crime. You also mentioned a New Jersey case in which there was a conspiracy charged involving an organization that I guess the crime itself was the repeated vandalization of properties. How often are you able to go beyond the actual individual at the point of violence in a hate crime and look at the organization that the individual may have been a member of, say, a white supremacist militia group, or an entity or an individual who might have participated so actively in spinning that person up into the state of mind that made them become violent, that they have criminal culpability. So beyond the actual individual at the scene of the crime, are you able to use conspiracy, aiding and abetting, other theories of liability to expand beyond just the individual? And do you need more help? Should you be doing that? And do you need more help to do that if you feel you should be doing that?
Thank you for the question, Senator. So we prosecute individuals and not groups. And there are cases where we are able to prosecute a set of co-defendants where the facts lead us to understand that there are a number of people who work together to carry out a heinous hate crime. One example involves the Dar al-Farouk mosque bombing in Minnesota. That involved a defendant who recruited a set of co-defendants.
Who were co-conspirators, in effect.
Who worked together to carry out the bombing.
I was referring back to your testimony that in November 2021, a New Jersey man was sentenced for conspiring with white supremacists to threaten and intimidate African Americans and Jewish Americans by vandalizing properties throughout the country. So that appears to have been charged as a conspiracy case. Is that true?
I believe that's the case, Senator, and the department would welcome the opportunity to work with the committee to understand what additional tools we might be able to use in our arsenal to fully confront the range of, hate crime threats and offenses and conspiracies that we face in the country today.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful, because if you're looking at an explanation of why we're seeing a spike in hate crimes, why this has had to be raised to a top national threat level by your department, I don't think it's just a sea change in the character of individual Americans. It probably relates to organized activity of various kinds that is driving this spike. Again, whether it's a white supremacist militia or whether it's some other terrorist type group. And I think trying to make sure that we can address group liability in this space in the same way that we do in other spaces. We go after criminal organizations under a whole variety of statutes. We go after them as conspiracies. We go after them as racketeering conspiracies. We go after them in a variety of ways. And taking down the organization is often very helpful and important to the success of the final outcome.
Yeah, we want, Senator, to ensure that we have a robust set of tools to fully confront the threat of hate, and would welcome continued work with this committee to figure out what those additional tools might need to look like.
Will do. And thank you for the wonderful job you're doing. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Senator.